Why, hello! If you're new here, I may be. If you're not, you probably already know what time it is. I make a lot of art and book related videos, and today I'm back for a big one. I'm here for my monthly reading wrap up, and this is actually kind of like a bi-monthly reading wrap up because I didn't film my reading wrap up in September, because I only read like 4 books, and I didn't feel like up to it, and it didn't feel like enough books warranted talking about. But now I'm back with all the books I read in both September and October, and oh boys, there are a lot. So buckle up. This is going to be a bit of a long one, but I'm gonna try to not talk as much. I'm just gonna give kind of like a brief recap and talk a little bit about my feelings, not as much. Sorry, that's my water. And then my star ratings. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, we're gonna start with September. And the first book I read in September was A Song to Drown Rivers. It was a beautiful book. I'll say that. I'm gonna say beautiful a lot probably. But it was gorgeous. It's kind of like, I don't exactly know how to describe the setting. But it's like a fantasy version of like Asia, and there's like a political war going on between two countries, and we're introduced to our main character, and she's saved by this mysterious man, and he's like, so do you want to come work for the rebellion? And she's like, yeah. And it turns out they want to make her a secret spy. And not only any secret spy, a secret spy that's going to be lovers to the enemy king, and she's going to like deceive him and overrule everything. And yeah, that's a brief like kind of summary of what happens. It's kind of crazy, and there's like a budding romance between her and the guy that saves her in the very beginning of the book, and it's beautiful. But the ending is crazy, and it did not like, it disappointed me in a lot of ways. So I did not end up enjoying it as much as I thought I would. So I only ended up giving it 3.5 stars. Okay, on to the next. The next book I read was Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. I've been really wanting to get into Ava Reed's works, so I figured what better way to get into her works than a sapphic Hunger Games retelling, kind of. It's absolutely beautiful. If you like dystopian books and or just like romance and dystopian genre, you'll absolutely love this. If you love Divergent, Hunger Games, even Uglies, like this is a beautiful peak dystopian book. It's absolutely amazing, and even though it's YA, it's still kind of like upper YA, and it's like kind of like dark, but it's very telling, and I think this book is slightly relevant in our current time, but like it's crazy. But I really loved it. Like, ugh, it was so gay, and I loved the romance. It's beautiful, and I really love the way, like, I really love Ava Reed's writing style, so I think I definitely will end up reading more of her books. So, let's see. Her characters were really well written, and like again, the relationship was beautiful between like the love, like the sapphic relationship going on, but also like the relationships in our background. Like our main character has a brother, um, and like he is very prevalent in the story. He has his own like little epilogue at the end. I didn't like it that much. The book is much more enjoyable if you don't read that. But like her relationship with her brother is really strong and really amazing, and like moments it there were moments where I had me tearing up. And the relationship with her mother, well, it's not a good relationship. It is an extremely well written relationship. Like I had me relating a lot to my own relationship with my own mother, who I don't talk to anymore for personal reasons. So reasons reasons I was like, oh, you should cut your mother off like I did when I was reading this book, you know. But like, I don't know, it's so beautiful, and yeah, hope to read more Ava Reed books in 2026. This was a 5-star read for me. I'm just, where should I put these? Alright. So the next book I have here is a book I've been anticipating for a while. I've talked about it before on this channel, and I'm excited to talk to you about how I think about it. And that's Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. It's part of the Roots of Chaos series, or, the Priory of the Orange Tree series. I fell in love with those books. I actually read Priory of the Orange Tree for the first time a year ago. I finished it October 26th last year. It took me a whole month to read. It was absolutely beautiful. Like, I fell in love with it, and it's probably one of my favorite books. Then I read They Fall Night, loved it even more than Priory. Also took me a month to read because they're hunks, and I have a life. But when I heard this book was like when this book was announced, I was like, yes, I need it. It's a short novella prequel to Priory, and it takes place in I have to check, but it takes place in mostly Askelon, and also Mendon. That's where else it is. I forget about Mendon all the time. We have three perspectives. We have Don Marta Moroso, the Princess of Askelon. Outreach. I don't really like him, so wasn't really enjoyed and thrilled by his character. And another person who I don't remember her name right now, but she's a pirate, and she's also like a dragon slayer in this, or like a Weaver slayer, I guess. But yeah, she's been slaying the dragons, and she's a sexy pirate, and she's a lesbian. Love that. But it's beautiful, and it shows the downfall of Askelon and how easy it is for, kingdoms to be overthrown and corrupted. And it was beautiful. And Smith Shannon, I love you. Please, please write another book for the Prayer of the Orange Tree series. Like, I know it takes you 3 years, but I don't care. I want another one. I want 12 more. I want to figure out everything. I love fantasy. Fantasy is my love. But yeah, okay. 5 stars. Absolutely. Loved it so much. Please write more, Samantha. Samantha, like we're personal friends. Okay. I've decided to sit crisscross because my legs hurt. So the last book I read in September was a book like I thought I was gonna like enjoy a lot more, but I didn't really. And that was Jane Eyre, by Charlotte Bronte. I was enticed by the Bronte sisters, and I thought, and also like by the concept of this book, so I was like, okay, I'll read it. And I did thoroughly enjoy like the first half of this book. It's perfect. It's kind of gothic. It's like it's a nice classic. I enjoyed it. I loved like Jane's early life and her time as a governess, but I really did not like the end of the book and how she ended up getting married and who she ended up getting married to and the circumstance to it all. I just felt very disappointed and very much like I was like she went through all this for that, so it kind of like disappointed me. So yeah, it kind of like this book kind of put me in a reading slump, and so did a Song to Drivers because I was like, why is this bad? I thought you were gonna be good. Not like 3.5 stars is like bad, but this one, it's like I thought you were gonna be better. But yeah, did not like it that much. But I am considering reading more books by the Bronte sisters. Maybe next I'll read Wuthering Heights. Might have to read that for my Twilight reading videos, which will be coming soon. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Yeah, I ended up giving this book 2.5 stars. Okay, now we are going into October's book, and I need a drink of water first. Okay, I just want to tell you guys something funny. I bought French vanilla because I thought it would be French vanilla, but it turns out no. It's French vanilla coffee. It's French vanilla coffee powder. I thought it was just plain French vanilla powder. I don't want to taste French vanilla and coffee and black coffee. So I had to put like hella cream and hella sugar in it to drown the flavor, and it was just coffee. It's not French vanilla, it's coffee. I wanted French vanilla. If I wanted coffee, I would have bought a coffee. I would have made myself a coffee. The way I like to make coffee. Sorry. We're in October, and I'm getting hungry, so we're gonna try to speed this up so I can go get a snack. I don't even know if I have anything for a snack. It's okay. I will prevail. I swear. So the first book that I read in October kind of put me in a reading slump. I'm not gonna lie, but I also had a lot going on in my life. I've talked about my issues with my cat before. Don't want to drag on about it. But my cat was sick. So the first book I ended up reading was Catabasis by Arthur. This book was kind of like, I had a love-hate relationship with it. I thought it might have been a little more, but like, I did enjoy it for an R.F. Kuang book. Like, she's a fantabulous writer. Like, she's just amazing, and I'm so like incredibly stunned by her writing style. It's thrilling to read a book by her. But like, just the I am really into Greek mythology and like that. So like the actual physical like, journey through hell was kind of disappointing to me, and the courts were kind of disappointing to me. And then also like she kind of messed up the like names for Hades a few times. She calls him Thanatos, which if you don't know, Thanatos is a complete separate god from Hades and like the god of the underworld. He's the god of death, yes, but he's like the god of like dying and like death itself, physical death. Hades is like the god of the underworld and the ruler of all the courts of hell. And she's using multiple words that describe the rulers of all courts of hell, which also insane like Satan and stuff, and like the devil, Beelzebub, blah, blah, blah. But like that one bit, there was just like a few bits of story. It was just like really, um, and also I I liked it, but I didn't like it. The thing is, the reason they're like they decide I should make a video about my opinion on this book. They decide to go to hell to go rescue their professor because they need I forget a dissertation paper or I don't know. They need a paper to help them get a job, and they're like, our professor's the only one that can really help us get that, so we can get a job in the world in magic. The professor is an a-hole. He's like the worst, horrible, most horrible person in human being. Like he's the worst human being known to man. Like he's horrible. He deserves to be in all of the courts of hell. But to sum it up, he steals Peter's work. He disregards the fact that Peter has a chronic illness. He gives Alice an ED, and he schmexually assaults Alice. And this is the man we're going to hell for! Yeah. But don't worry, in the end, all prevails. Won't spoil it too much, but Grimes does not get rescued from hell, let me tell you that. And I genuinely did enjoy the magic system. Like, it was beautiful. I love, like, niche magic systems. It was beautiful. And to everyone calling this a textbook, what are you on? A textbook? Have you read Babel? Have you seen the footnotes? Have you read Babel? This compared to Babel? No. This, if you said this has too many academic literature references, go read any other class. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't with you. People are just so annoying. Everyone just wants to hate and complain on her, I feel like. And also, to anyone saying that this isn't a romance, have you ever read slow burn romance before? Is my question to you. Have you ever read a slow burn? Have you ever read a slow burn? Have you ever read fan fiction? Take that premise. Not that I'm comparing like her work to like fan fiction, but like have you read like a really drawn out slow burn like the 500k word fanfic? Just saying, read one of those and then read Calabasas and tell me if it's romance or not. And they had complicated feelings. Oh my god, imagine. No, I can't say this. I can't. I just have devious thought, but it's gonna get me canceled, so I can't say it. Okay, you guys will never know that inner thought because if I speak that aloud, people will come for me. Not like in a bad way, but like horrible fandom people will come for me. Okay, on to the next book. So after that hunk kind of asked, I was like, you know what? Who's another fantasy author I love that I should want to read about in October? B.E. Schwab. So I decided to read The Near Witch, a nice little spooky story to read, by probably one of my favorite authors. Like she's up and coming. I feel like I need to read more books by multiple authors. Like I've read books by multiple authors, but I need to read like multiple books by the same author, and then multiple books by a different author, and like figuratively compare. You know? I don't know if you even understand what I'm trying to get across. But this book was absolutely like beautiful and spooky and scary, kind of a little bit scary, not scary. Like, it's not super scary. If you're younger, it would be scary, but like it's like intense. And I wish it was a little longer because the romance was just honestly super freaking good to me, and I wanted the romance to be. I wanted an end. I want a little bit more to the ending. Okay, sorry. I'm just a girl who loves romance. And surprisingly, I heard a lot of straight romance this month. Me reading straight romance? Who said that? But it was beautiful. Basically, I forgot my character's name. I have to. Lexi. It's going on the back of the book. Our main character Lexi lives in a town where witches were once a thing, but now they're not. There are a few witches left, but they don't have lots of powers, and there's just the two of them. witches are dead, and everyone like talks about when the witches happened, but they don't believe that the witches will ever come back. And then all of a sudden, the children go missing. And also the day the children go missing, a mysterious boy appears in the village. What? And so I'm just like, I'm gonna figure this out. It is not the mysterious boy, but the mysterious boy is a witch. And he helps our main character discover the truth about the near witch and what's really going on in their little town. And it was awesome. It was sweet, and the romance was so cute. I was like, I need more. I need more. I need more. Should I write fanfiction? Who knows? It was so cute, and I'm just so obsessed with V. Schwab's prose and just how she just writes books in general, and like her acts, like not her acts, but like how her story flows from beginning to end is just it's beautiful. It's beautiful. What to do next? What to talk about next? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys how much did I give this one. I think I also gave this book $5. Yes, that's what it says. I have my iPad here with my notes. V. Schwab. I can't wait to read more of your books. The next book of hers I'm gonna read is Vengeful. Okay. Up next, we have a book that I loved, aspired to. I don't know how to describe this book. It was insane. It was freaky, and made me think about a lot of things, and made me think about a lot of media, and go, oh, so you read Frankenstein and said, oh, okay, let me make a movie about that, but just pretend it's not Frankenstein. Like there are a lot of like literary parallels from other media that I can draw directly from Frankenstein. It's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it's very telling. And I feel like it's very much like a story of warning and caution that just because we can do something, guys, doesn't mean we always should do that. Like it's a cautionary tale to me. But it was beautiful. Victor Frankenstein. I love and I hate you, my guy, because I also too am a sad, lonely gay. But I've never created a schmurder monster. So you win some, you lose some. I don't know if I have to like give a recap of the story because this is Frankenstein, but it was absolutely beautiful, and all I can say is that we are the creators of our own destruction. Because what else is this book about that? Like, it was beautiful, and I cannot wait to watch Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein when it comes out on Netflix, because unfortunately I have not been able to get to see it in theaters. Curses. Curses. But yeah, it was beautiful, it was gothic, and it was everything I needed in a classic. I love classics now. Compared to Jane Eyre, beautiful. I mean, 3.5 stars though, because it was a little slow and there were a few bits that I was like, like, oh. And I wasn't a big fan of the ending. Like, I liked it, but it was like, I wish it ended a little differently. So if you didn't know, Victor Frankenstein perishes of like low-key natural causes because he has the immune system of a Victorian child. He gets like pneumonia and nearly dies like twice, and then he gets it one final time and it takes him out. But at the end of his life, Frankenstein just like kills pretty much everyone he loves, so he's hunting down Frankenstein. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. And eventually he gets sick because he goes out in the cold and he's like on the ship in this like icy storm, and he just gets sick because like the conditions in the environment. And it kills him. And then right as he dies, Frankenstein, the monster, found Victor. And was like, oh, I'm too late. And then like Victor's friend is there and he knows about Frankenstein, like monster, and he's like, sorry man, you were just a couple days late. Why are you trying to kill each other? And then like they have the monologue and he's like, I just wish you would have told me why you created me and like all this blah blah stuff and my father and my creator. And he's like, and then at the very end he's like, well, my life's journey's over because all I wanted to do was kill this man and find out why he created me and why I'm like this. So I'm gonna die. So then the monster, very poetically kills himself. And it ends, and it's kind of beautiful, but it's like, I low-key wish they actually got to kill each other. Like, technically, the monster was the reason Victor died, and Victor was the reason the monster died. But, I love violence, so I low-key wanted one of them to kill the other one. Not gonna lie. But it's beautiful. And, Victor Frankenstein boy, oh boy, do you have a god complex. Like, I get you could bring back the dead, but like, he was like so sure of it. He was like 17. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna reanimate the dead. The next book I have, the next book I read, I don't physically have here with me, but it was an arc I was sent because I absolutely love this author and I cannot wait to read like pretty much all her books. She's absolutely stunning at the way she tells stories, and I love her world building and the fantasy setting she has created. It's just so insane. And that was Storm Caught. It's a prequel to one of her other stories, I believe. Um, but it's like beautiful, and it tells kind of, it goes really deep into the origin and the lore of her world and how it was created and the gods that rule it. And it was absolutely beautiful. And it's also an MM fantasy, so there was some gay romance, and it was it was so beautiful. And while I was reading it, I was also reading all the young dudes at the same time. Like, it was so insane. I loved it. It was so beautiful. I was like, I'm having the time of my life in Yaoi world, in Yaoi land. We're all freaking out. I don't know if I should say that. Um, but it was beautiful. I loved it. And like, just like learning about the story was so insane. And we also kind of follow like a scholar who's like, he just does not take care of himself and just reading his story. I'm like, Mia's book. Thea just knows how to write really relatable main characters. And yeah, just learning everything. The story was so insane, and I loved it. And I ended up giving it 5 stars. Just insane. I can't wait to read more of her books. Like, I love when a fantasy world is just so insane. It draws you in, and you're like, I want to live here, and I need to learn everything about it. Okay. So the next 3 books aren't a series. I don't have the first 2 with me because they are library books. We have the third. And I'll talk about all 3 of them at the same time, probably. Give a review 1, 2, 3 back to back, because it's kind of like the comics go back to back. But yeah, I don't have the first 2 with me because library books. I have to return this one soon too, and then get the 4th one because I put it on hold, and they're telling me my hold is ready. I love libraries. And if you didn't see the quick glimpse of the cover, the book I'm talking about, the book series is Heartstopper. I've loved Heartstopper so much. Like, I've heard about it, the comics, but I never read them. When the show came out, I was like, I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, screw it, I need to watch this. This is so insane. It's a little cringy, but it's insane and it's cute and I love it. So I was gonna watch it, and it emotionally destroyed me. Like, as a queer person, I was like, okay, yeah, this is my life. This is so relatable. I should just jump now. Like, it was just so beautiful, and it was so cringe, and it was so cute, and it was like, yeah, this is what it was like growing up as a little kid, gay kid in high school. The gay experience is different for every single person. So, obviously, reading this book is not, you know, one for one about how my queer experience was, but I just related to Nick and Charlie like so much, and it just made me so emotional. And I know what's to come, and I'm not ready, and they're just so perfect and beautiful, and I just want to live happily ever after. Same with Tara and Darcy and Talano. For the first book, I did not know it ended on a cliffhanger. I like threw my book. I was like, what? You gotta be kidding me? I was so angry. I was like, thank goodness I checked out the first and second book at the same time. I was like, gosh. I checked out the second book at the same time because I would have like been freaking out if I only had the first book. I was like, how dare you end like that? If you didn't know, it ends right after Nick and Charlie kiss for the first time. It's like, just kill me. So it's like, so then you open the second one and there's like the miscommunication trope. And it's like, Charlie doesn't know if like Nick actually meant it. And Nick's like, oh my gosh, am I gay? I have to tell him I meant it, right? Right? Crazy. But it was beautiful. I ended up giving the first one 4.5 stars because I don't like cliffhangers. How dare you? The second one was a 5-star read. Like, they're just so insane and so beautiful. And they're so cute, and I love gay boys. And I was bawling the whole second volume. Like, Nick's coming out to his mom literally made me sob so hard. If you didn't know, I'm a lesbian. I'm not bisexual like Nick, but there's this moment, when Nick's coming out to his mom, it made me cry so hard. And I kind of, like, I didn't relate to it, but it broke my heart, and I was like, why can't I have this life? But Nick comes out his mom is bisexual, and he goes, like, I like, Charlie and I are dating, and he goes, oh, but I still like girls, and his mom goes, you don't have to say that, like, you can just be gay and I wouldn't care, and it, like, broke my heart. He's like, no, but I'm bisexual, actually, like, I like boys and girls. It broke my heart because when I came out to my mom as a lesbian, she said, You could still find the right boy out there. Like, after, like, years after I came out as a lesbian, she was like, well, I don't know, maybe one day there'll be a boy out there. I'm like, I have a whole girlfriend now. I love women. I'm gay. I'm gay. She used to force me to go on dates with her coworkers like sons. Yo, this woman's crazy. But yeah, crying the whole second volume. We get to the absolute beautiful third volume. Ugh, I don't even know if I can like facilitate all my feelings. But we get the iconic Paris trip. Ugh, we get more of Tart and Darcy's relationship. I love Tart and Darcy. I would die for them. I would die for them. They're so cute. We get the iconic trip. And then, like, Nick and Charlie telling their friends that, yeah, they're in a relationship, and telling Tao and Charlie's friendship, and just going through and experiencing all that, which is so beautiful. And then Tao and Elle. Tao and Elle. I love all of them. I love that they're all, like, paired off, and that they're all, like, so cute, and that they're all, like, in incredibly beautiful relationships that are deep. Like, it's not just, oh, they're paired off for the sake of being paired off so everyone in the friend group has a couple. No, like, they're incredibly well-written relationships, and they're incredibly well-written friendships, and they all our beautiful friend group is so cohesive and amazing. Ugh, and Sahar. I love you, Sahar. You're my king. You're my queen. I love you. Don't call me because I have a girlfriend, but call Imogen and make your mind up. I'm sorry. Um, I didn't know that Isaac was the original character to the show either, so they just like they replaced Alan with Isaac. I like them both. I would prefer that they put them both in. Yes. Yeah, third volume is also 5 stars. Beautiful. Alice Oseman might send you a therapy bill. But I do plan on reading probably all of Alice Oseman's books now because the arting is insane. It's beautiful. Love it. And her writing is insane. And I love her as a storyteller. But thank gosh, we're on the final book. The next book I read was a comic book. I really like this character. And when I was at the library to get my Heartstopper book, I was like, you know what? Let me check out the comic section. And I saw this book, I was like, yes, I need to read it. I love it. I love this character so much, and I love her origin, and I just love her like whole story. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna read it. So the book I picked up was Harleen. Ugh, I love Harley Quinn so much. I love Harleen Quinzel. I love her origin as a psychiatrist and how she literally her fall from grace, like how she literally went from being an esteemed psychiatrist to Harley Quinn. I love her and Ivy. This book, unfortunately, is not centered around her and Ivy, but if you squint, you can see the Harley Ivy moments. If you squint, they're there. And there's also like a moment at the end where the artist like draws some Harley and Ivy fan art, so it's cute. But this is Harley's fall from grace. It shows literally how she goes from being a psychiatrist, working at Arkham, doing her thing, researching and getting grants, to falling in love and getting groomed by the Joker and becoming crazy. Harley Quinn. Yeah, unfortunately, the Joker is crazy, and they have a love at first sight moment kind of here, which like psychologically throws her off, and then he proceeds to manipulate and groom her. And then eventually he gets broken out of prison, and I'm not a big fan of Harley and the Joker's romance. I really don't like it. But there's like so much chemistry in this book, so much like sexual things in this book. I was like, damn, they crazy. And then at the end of the book, we see Harley snap from it all, and like I feel like it kind of was inevitable. You kind of learn her like kind of beginning in this, and I don't know if it's like different in every story, but Harley when she was very young, not very young, when she was in college, she had not an affair, but she was in a relationship with her professors, one of her professors, and everyone like assumed she was, you know, going around doing things because of that. And so she had this like, so everyone was like called her like a I don't want to say this word so I don't need my video taken down, but they call her names and assume things about her. When she would get jobs, they'd be like, so how'd you get the job? Who'd you do to this job to get this job, and she really didn't like it. So I feel like her snapping was inevitable. She had a horrible mental health. But the Joker just kind of like took it off and made it insane. The Joker steals her file, manipulates her, word for word quotes her previous psych patients' words to her. It's insane. At the end of this book, the author says, "Can you tell I read a lot of dark romance?" Yes, we can. And for some reason, they made the Joker fine. He is fine. And again, I just said I'm a lesbian. Tell you what, this man has got a muscled, chiseled back, abs, muscles. He's toned. He's got a sexy smirk. Hello? Me too, Harley. Me too. But like, there's a scene where Harley's watching him sleep, and he like turns over, and you see his sexy, muscly, scarred back. I want to fall in for the psych patient too. But no, she's crazy. At one point, she's in an interview with him. She turns the camera off. She takes his straight jacket off. He doesn't like kill her, thank God. He hugs her from behind and like whispers in her ear, and it's weird. But like, and it could have ended completely differently because he could have killed you, bro. Why are you taking the Joker's straight jacket off? So yeah. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Harley and the Joker, so that was what's getting me. But him being fine, it made it more easy to get through this book. Because usually when I think of the Joker, I think of Nelly. But he was just like, ugh. And oh, I have to mention this. They get together in Arkham, and they start like going on dates in Arkham. And at one point, they like pay off the guards so Harley and him so they can do relations in Arkham. They're having relations in the asylum, and they show it. I'm sorry, girl. I was like, girl, at that point, I was like, yeah, girl, you're great. And yeah, at the end of the book, she fully like embraces it. She's like, my insides are red, and yours are too. That's gonna be crazy. But yeah, it was like really thrilling and really good at diving into the intro to Harley Quinn, because like I've never actually read any DC comics before except for one about Dreamer. But I do like DC. I do like certain characters. I'm more of a Marvel fan. I'm a really big Marvel nut. I have a lot of Marvel comics. But I want to get more into DC because I'm not the biggest DC fan, but there are DC characters that I really and truly deeply enjoy and love. So I want to learn more about them. And yeah, Harley is probably my favorite, so she's up there. So I was like, you know what? I want to read more Poison Ivy and Harley comics though. So if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. Also, if you have any Harley and Ivy fanfic recommendations, put them down there. I love fanfics. Yeah, I want to read more about Harley and Ivy because if you're crazy and you squint, there are moments. Like there's a moment when Harley literally like lets her have sunlight. And it's like, I know it's like small and sweet, but like it's just like, because she's like, well, you say you can feel a plant's feeling and stuff, so like, sunlight helps it grow and cute stuff. But yeah, so I ended up giving this one 4 stars because I don't like the Joker, but I loved it. Harley's Fall from Grace was truly necessary. Was truly, I feel like, always gonna happen in any situation. It just sucked that how it happened was her being connected to the Joker, and it was really horrible. Her Fall from Grace could have just been a psychotic mental break where she ended up, taking some time in a mental hospital, chilling out, getting on some meds, maybe a career, maybe a job in a different city, away from all your fellow peers who made up rumors about you in college. Because she's literally, her job in the beginning of the book, she's got a job with someone who she went to college with, and this person's like spreading rumors about her all around the office. If that happened about me, I am not letting a girl spread rumors about me. Because she was in a consensual relationship with her professor one time, her professor who was single, and she was an adult. She was like in her 20s, so like she wasn't like too old, but like she wasn't a teenager. And I'm not saying it was right, but I'm not saying it's right for people to spread rumors and lies about her because of that one situation. Guys, this video is so long. I'm so sorry. If you're still here, thank you so much. Like, thank you so much. I'm gonna briefly, if you like this and like hearing me talk about videos, maybe stay for some more, because I'm gonna give you a brief little summary of what I want to do next. I want to do a reading challenge where I read Twilight books. So I think I'm gonna start that soon. Yeah, I haven't read the Twilight series before, so I'm going to do it. And originally, I didn't think I was gonna do the reading challenge because I I'm kind of poor, but I acquired some funds, and I got some things for the reading challenge. And things are gonna happen. Some crazy things are gonna happen. And I'm excited. We're gonna have lots of fun, and we're just gonna enjoy reading Twilight. But oh my goodness, guys, I have a headache, so I think I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna edit this video tomorrow, but you too, because I'm probably gonna go to bed. Yeah. If you like this video and you want to see more, be check out my other videos and stay tuned by subscribing and liking. And hopefully see you in my next one.